Alright, this read is for Eve. Eve, I was a little confused as to what spread I should do for you. I wanted to do an ex-lovers, but I got the feeling from what you've told me that because things were just so off with this individual that maybe the relationship never got to the degree that an ex-lovers would be good. So I went with just a Celtic cross. Um, and I get a sense of a lot of loneliness when I look at the cards that come up, and it's a lot of frustration. And so this is one of those periods of life when, well, if I just had to generalize this read, I just kind of want to brace you for the fact that it's probably not the outcome that you was hoping for, but it's one of those situations that what does not kill us can only make us stronger, and that's what's going to happen if I just had to put this read in a nutshell. I'm going to go over some details now just so you understand. Like I say, I saw from the very first card that there is an element of isolation and loneliness. At the same time, the you're inspired at some level to do some introspection. When I look at what's at the root of your situation, it's very clear that well, the Hanged Man, which is about sacrifice and meditation and whatnot, came up reversed, and what came up as what crosses you is the Hermit. So what this is telling me that in the past it's been lack of this introspection that might have caused some of your situation, and now that you're in this place where things may not be real good for you emotionally, it's forcing that introspection. It's forcing you to want to find the answers, and so in that respect, it's good. In that respect, it's a good way to go. And as I look at your past, yeah, I can see there's been some confusion. There's been some tumultuous kind of goings on, particularly with interactions with other people. And when I look at your near future and your long-term future, and long-term can be a few months, whereas the short-term could be a few weeks. It looks like it looks like you're being blocked from having the happiness and prosperity that you deserve, or I shouldn't say deserve. That's the wrong word. The happiness and prosperity that is available to you. I'm not sure what deserves means, so scratch that. But what's available to you, and a lot of that is based in your inability to want to start new or start over or look at a new way of doing things. And the environment too is such that there's information lacking. There's information you don't have that's not attainable to you right now, or not. Yeah, it's not attainable. And you're wanting this to be an effortless process. At least that's what the cards are telling me. Let me focus on that one a little more. Well, it's half that you want it to be effortless, and half you don't know what effort to make. It's kind of like you don't always know what to do or what you should do, and a lot of times that either causes you to make the bad choice or causes you not to make a choice, which can also result in things not happening for you the way you would want them to. The good news is when it comes to outcome, the Queen of Pentacles, which is a very good card, it tells me that this introspection, this work that you have been forced to come to, is going to pay off, and that there's going to be growth for you in this. And so this, and this is what I get criticized for. And once again, there's no good reads or bad reads. It's all information, and well, I don't want to go into a rant, but at the same time, you want to use this information to get to being that Queen of Pentacles or Queen of Coins. That card particularly, it's about prosperity and self-realization and being, that type of woman. So it came up in a good place for you. Now, since you did specifically ask about your love life and individuals, I did draw 2 more cards. One concerning this individual that you asked about, and the basic shorthand answer is it's all these things that I've mentioned and discussed are blocking you and preventing you from moving forward with this. Now, that's not to say that there's not issues on his part, okay? It's just that the card that come up told me because you have work to do on this, you're kind of blocking yourself. The cards didn't really speak to what this other individual's situation was, and I didn't draw for that. It's funny because I did draw to see if he would be in your life, and it kind of come back to me with pretty much the theme of the rest of the reading. And so you asked about anyone else. Now keep in mind, a lot of times in tarot, you say, well, when will this happen? When will this show up in my life? And sometimes tarot will respond with, a time, or you can get a feeling for a time. And other times the answer is, you'll get this when you stop doing this. And that's kind of what we got with this. Because of your situation, and because of this growth that you're going to have to go through before you get to that kind of partner, basically what's going to be holding you back is suspicion and mistrust. The idea that if you've had a rough bout of it and you have not made the best decisions in the past, you're going to lack the confidence and trust moving forward. And until you gain that, and this is reflected in the cards, and it's interesting too because I did another read tonight, and similar theme but a little different outcome and a little different pace of how it came out. And it kind of bothers me as a reader that when I do these reads, they do seem to follow this theme, and I thought, well, am I just repeating the same read? And no, because I can remember reads where things came out very positive and very much what the person was wanting. So I think that what this kind of speaks to is that a lot of people have a lot of similar problems. A lot of people who are asking for answers in a particular area have similar patterns of action and thought. But they're subtly, different enough that hopefully this read has helped you. So let me go do a quick recap. Yeah, I definitely see that there's some isolation for you right now. You're introspective, and that's been lacking. You've had interactions that might have been with people, particularly that have been frustrating. There is you're being blocked from the prosperity that is almost within your reach. There's work to do on yourself, but the work will pay off. The work will, you will have some kind of realization. But as far as your partners, according to what and keep in mind this in mind too, I could be wrong. Um, and that's one thing I always want to say to people, particularly if the cards don't come out in the way that I think that they would expect. Or I could be right, but you always have the ability to change that too. Um, which is kind of what the cards are saying, I guess. But good luck to you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to hone my skills a little bit. Uh, like I say, I don't want to be, I want to be more available, and there's just a couple people this weekend who asked. I just don't want to, for anyone else watching, I just don't want to fall into an expectation that I'm going to be able to do a read for anyone who just contacts me, because hopefully like I say, I'm looking for work. Hopefully I'll be too busy to at some point. And even if I'm not, sometimes it's just, there's just other reasons. Okay? But again, thank you, and good luck.